Marco to the team formally. Welcome, Marco. I think some of you have
Thank
already
you.
heard this, but I'll just repeat. Marco seemed like the perfect new team member to me because he has Java skills like Anusha and Tree, and he's super excited, I think, for a project. Right, Marco?
Yes, I am. I'm really excited to.
Yeah, I've left him alone for the past month so that he could meet with everybody one-on-one and do some, self-guided training. But this project seemed perfect because the legacy code, application code, is in Java, as the vendor data files has shared with Mika and me. And we think that we might
Not yet.
What?
Not yet. We don't have the source code yet. If you're referring to the source code, right?
Oh yeah, I know. We don't have the
Oh.
source code yet. Well, we do and we don't, and we can explain that, but we don't know if we're gonna build this application from scratch in-house, or if we're going to hire an external vendor to do the work. So that will be part of like the initiation phase, is making that decision in collaboration with our project sponsors, Heidi Kraft and Stephanie Moraga over at Vital Records. That decision hasn't been made yet, but I think there's a 50-50 chance, right, that we'll go one way or the other. Do you basically agree with that assessment, Mika, that we don't know which direction we're going to go in?
Yes. Yeah. That's a good. I think 50-50 is a good way to put it, because I don't think we're really leaning one way or the other. We're just exploring options at this point.
Yeah. So anyway, if we redevelop the application in-house in .NET, then this will be a perfect opportunity for Marco to start, learning .NET in earnest, or not just learning, but actually using it. And so anyway, that's why one of the reasons why I thought Marco was a good add to the team. Also because, and again, some of you may have already heard this, so please forgive me if I'm repeating myself, but Marco told me some time back that he was in a boot camp, and a guy by the name of Justin Muskov had been a presenter at the boot camp. And then we selected Justin to be the PM on this project. And then I realized, oh my gosh, this would be perfect for Marco, because he already kind of knows Justin. So again, welcome, Marco. We're excited to have you on the team. And Justin will be starting tomorrow. The reason that I'm having this meeting today instead of tomorrow is because I just wanted to give you guys all the facts before he gets here. And then tomorrow morning at 10, Sean and I are meeting with Justin just to welcome him and, answer any questions he might have, and make sure he's, completely set up. And then I'll have him like start sending out like weekly team meeting invitations to you guys. And I'll attend those meetings too, because I don't think Justin's ever worked here at DOH, so I'm sure he'll have lots of questions. So I'm not gonna just, like go away. So anyway, that's why we're having a meeting today, and then we'll meet with Sean and I will meet with Justin tomorrow. So yeah, it's taken a while to get that contract in place for Justin, but it's finally done. And then let's see. Okay, Kennedy's still not here. I'm gonna try one more time. It looks like maybe he's out of the office or he's in another meeting, but I'll just try anyway. So we'll skip that agenda item and I guess Mika, you want to tag team on summary of what we've done so far with IBIS?
Sure.
Okay. So in short, it feels like about 3 or 4 months ago, we got a PSR 459 from Vital Records. And so we scheduled a meeting with them, with Stephanie Moraga, Michaeli Moraga, I think, and with Heidi Kraft. And they told us that they were super eager to get some help on the IBIS system because the current vendor data files, a husband and wife team wanted to retire as soon as possible, that they had been supporting the application. Hey, Kennedy, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Because I don't want to keep you here forever, so I'm just gonna stop giving the team a summary of what we've done so far, and let's just go back to the previous agenda item, visit with Kennedy about the past IBIS architecture upgrade project. So about maybe a week ago, Kennedy and I were visiting, and Kennedy, I mentioned IBIS, I can't remember why, and Kennedy said, well, we did an IBIS project a couple of years ago. I said, really? I said, we hadn't heard, I don't recall hearing from program that there had been an IBIS project in the past. Mika, do you remember hearing that from Stephanie or Heidi?
No, but I just had prior knowledge that we had done an architecture upgrade a while back.
So anyway, Kennedy said yes. We did a project, and I said, Kennedy, can you please come visit with us and tell us about that project so that we at least have awareness of what happened, because it may impact us, probably will impact us on this project. And can you also share your documentation with us? So Kennedy has shared his documentation with us, and I'm just going to show you real fast how to find it. I think you should all have access at this point. So let me share this other screen. Okay, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so let me do this just to make sure you guys all have the link to the dashboard. I'm gonna put it in chat. Okay, there you go. And you just go to helpful links, IBIS Project MS Team site. And then you go to general over here. And I made this folder blue so it stands out. IBIS Architecture Upgrade Project Files Past Project. And that's where all the documentation is. And if you don't like this, you guys probably know that you can just click on See All and it takes you here. And then you can look at everything with a big screen. So there's a lot of documentation in here. So thanks, Kennedy, for sharing.
No problem.
So can you give us a thumbnail sketch of what you guys did on the what's that?
Oh, sorry. You may hear some echo in the background because in the cubicles it's really difficult to avoid that. But anyways, I think, and I don't quite recall, it's been 2 years, but I think we were moving one of the servers that was outside our DMC into the DMC.
Oh.
And making that available so that they can be able to push security updates. And then I think the goal of the project was to make it easier to maintain and support. So we did that. That was engaging everybody, security, the data center group, which basically they built as a server, and then we migrated the data into the new server that was created for us. And basically, I think that server was barely decommissioned not too long ago, so that they can have also access to the new operating system. That was probably one of the goals, was to be able to make sure that that server was the server was up to date in terms of what was required in order to meet the needs of the requirements or of the business.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what we did. That went on, I think this was probably in 2022, and we completely closed the project. And the current application that exists right now is probably still runs out of that new environment that we put it in. And then there was some minor changes also. I don't know if it was minor changes, but with the architectural upgrade on that made it a little bit secure and more efficiency as well.
Okay. So the current IBIS server or is in the DMZ now.
Well, there are a lot of servers.
Okay.
Yeah, you might be able to speak to that.
It's a very complicated architecture diagram.
Yeah. Let me see if this is it.
Pull that up or
Yeah. I think it's this one. Let's see. It's the same one that we got from Lois
yeah.
and Paul of Data Files. They're the vendor guys, the M&S vendor. Okay. So someone in at DOH built this diagram, Kennedy?
Yes, this was probably the architect. I don't recall the name. Mika, do you recall? I think that was what was his name?
Was it John?
Not John, but the one I think he went to Lano. And then Leaf and that architect basically. We used to have an architect and Leaf and then put this together for us.
Jonas, maybe?
Jonathan Miles, right?
Jonathan Miles, exactly.
Okay.
Jonathan Miles. Okay. So if worst case scenario, if we can't get answers from, we can, at least we have his name, we can call him up.
Yeah, no, this is so, I mean, Paulio, the contractor is.
Yeah, I'm just kind of joking. But, yeah.
Oh, that was a joke?
That was an IT joke.
Oh, I didn't get it.
That's a bad joke.
Normally I get the jokes right away. I must be losing it today.
Yeah, it was just a bad joke, I guess. Yeah, or it's just always good to have names just in case. So Jonathan Miles or Jonas Miles.
Jonathan
Miles. Okay.
Jonathan Miles and Leaf what actually came with this together.
Okay. And Marco, you know that Leaf is our deputy CIO, yeah?
No, I didn't know that.
Okay. Yeah, you may see him down at Homestead. He's the tall guy with like sandy blonde hair. Yeah. So that's Leaf. Right, guys?
So there's a more current diagram. That one's from 21.
Okay. Yeah. Now let me go back over here to general.
So
it's over here.
2023.
Yeah, it's right here. 2021. Let's see if I don't
You
know
might
if this,
Might not have that one on that site.
let me see. Cause I put everything that, that Lois and Paul gave us in here. Let me go back. This thing is driving me nuts. This drop down thing that you
Oh.
guys can't see.
There's a, I mean, I can send it to you or upload it there if it's not there, but there's a document from February 9th, 2023. That's the most current one that I have.
We just go, let me go over here again. And everything that we got from Paul and Lois, I put in the initiation folder. So, yeah. Okay, it might be infrastructure diagram. Let's see if it's this one. No,
Yeah, that's it.
that's it. Okay, so 6/20/6/23.
That's it.
So this is gonna come in helpful, guys.
Yeah, I remember this now.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
is this a new one? Is it a new design?
Yeah,
don't
this
know.
is the new design. This is the most recent design. This is the way it is now.
Okay.
And then I also have, there's also a summary document, which I saw in your folder, Anna.
Yeah, let's see if we can find it.
I put together, that's just a list of the servers and IPs. There it is right there. IBIS new architecture servers and IPs. 5 up from where you are.
This one?
Yeah, that's one I put together based on that other diagram that we were just looking at.
Okay,
This is just a list, and actually I have a more updated version of this. So, because when Paul and I did the cert replacement last month, I updated this again to add some more information. So I can send that to you or update it to this folder.
yeah, just drop it into this folder, SharePoint folder. That'd be great.
Do you do I have the link to that folder? Do you want to put that in chat or?
It's in chat now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it is. No, that's Smartsheet. Hold on a second. Let me do it. I'll just send you the, let's see, how do I do it again? Oh,
I
yeah,
probably have
copy link. I'm copying link. And now, okay, that's the general folder. Once you click on that, just go to the initiation phase. You can drop it in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll do that now. I'll just update that document.
Okay. So, okay, so you guys have any questions for Kennedy about the past project?
I have a small question, Anna. So this, according to my understand now, like the source code is in legacy Java source code, and are we rewriting this Java source code to what? Like, what's the major, I mean, fallback of this project? Like the Java source code, are we rewriting it, or?
Well, that's a decision we have to make. That decision hasn't been made yet. But in
Okay.
the last like 3 and let me just stop for a second. I'll answer your question, but I don't want to like force Kennedy to be on this call till the very end. So do you guys have any questions for Kennedy about the past project?
Until unless we see the code, we don't have any questions as of now. But once we
Yeah.
see the code, yeah, we might have
Okay.
something for Kennedy. Yeah.
This is what I'm gonna put. I'm gonna put Kennedy, BAIYWO was PM. That way, if you guys can't remember, it's it right there, okay, in the file name.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you so
Kennedy,
much.
is it
for that.
okay if the team contacts you or Justin Muskoff, the new PM, who will start tomorrow, if they have questions about the past efforts?
I don't mind. I don't mind. I can help. And Paul was really good at helping out. I hope they will still. Are they still helping before they retire until this is implemented? Are they gonna be able to help oversee and test?
Yeah, we're in the process of establishing a maintenance and support contract with Paul and Lois with data files for like 3 months.
Oh, yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah, that's the one that we've been talking about in the
Right.
procurement meeting.
Right.
And it's now at like, I think CRB about to go to DFA for final approval.
Right.
And, but I think after 3 months, they're gonna wanna permanently retire.
Okay. Good. Good.
Yeah. So thanks, Kennedy, for
Thank
visiting
you,
with
everyone.
us,
No
and
problem.
have a great evening.
No problem. I appreciate your time and have a good one. Thank you.
Okay,
Bye.
bye-bye.
Kennedy.
Okay, so let's go back to Anusha's question. So yes, we don't know yet if we're going to redevelop this application
Mhm.
from, Java to a .NET, or if we're going to, there's this group of states, we referred to as the IBIS states, and it includes New Mexico, Utah, Maryland, Hawaii, and
Yeah,
there's a fifth state, and
I
they're
remember. Yeah.
yeah, okay, and they have a co-op, and and right now they've been, for some months now, they've been talking about, do we issue like a joint RFP and then receive quotes from different vendors, and then the co-op will select an external vendor
Mm-hmm.
to, build out IBIS for all 5 states. And
Okay.
that decision hasn't been made. But in the
Mm-hmm.
interim, before that decision is made, we being like Shauna, Mika, and myself, thought it was a good idea to bring the team together anyway, so that we could start looking at the code, the legacy code, and the legacy code is currently in Subversion, right, Rod?
That is correct.
Okay, and I guess the Subversion account belongs to Paul and Lois at Data Files.
That's my guess, yeah.
Yeah, so our next step is to move the legacy code from Subversion, or at least a copy from Subversion, into our new GitHub repo for this
Mm-hmm.
project, so that you and Shri and Marco can start looking at the Java code
Mm-hmm.
just to see how the application is built.
Okay.
And so your guys are going to do like a code assessment,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to learn it, and you're going to, and then hopefully shortly thereafter, or even before you guys finish assessing the code, there will be a decision that we make in close collaboration with Heidi and Stephanie, as to the path we're going to take. Are we going to redevelop in-house in .NET, or are we going to jump on the bandwagon with the IBIS co-op with the 4 other states and issue an RFP and bring on an external vendor
Mm-hmm.
to redevelop IBIS? So yeah, Justin, I'll explain all that to Justin, and he'll have to drive that decision, with Heidi and Stephanie, and maybe even, with Shauna, because, she's a stakeholder. I don't know what the best path is, honestly, right now. I don't. I mean, there's pros and cons to both options.
Mm-hmm.
So in the interim, will we try to get that decision made? We want you guys to get familiar with the Java code. As it's possible that we'll go down the co-op path with an external vendor, but we'll need to maintain, do maintenance and support on the current application
Mm-hmm.
while the new application gets built, right?
Okay.
And after Paul and Lois go away. So you guys are like you're going to learn the current legacy code, and you're also probably going to be maintenance and support on the current, legacy application.
Okay.
until we have a new system, either that we develop or an external vendor develops.
Okay. Gotcha.
Does that help?
Yeah. Very much.
Okay. Okay.
Thank
And
you, Anna, for that.
Rod's been like waiting in the wings for, you know, that M&S contract to be executed so that Paul, you know, is then available to work with him, with us, to move that, you know, legacy code from Subversion to GitHub. And I'm hoping that that M&S contract comes through soon, because it's taken a really long time. And Mika, can you think of anything else?
No, I think that, yeah.
Let me see if I can find
I
the
think that covers it. And then,
the website, or
you know, in terms of getting the code, we're just, you know, so that they're gonna, Paul from data files is gonna upload it to our FTP site. So we now have there was already an IBIS folder on our FTP site, and
there it is.
but no, we didn't have permissions to it. So you can only just a little bit of general information when you're accessing our DOH FTP site. You don't know what folders are out there unless you have permissions to them. So I had submitted a ticket on behalf of Rod and myself to get and Paul to get permission to add an IBIS folder, and they're like, there already is an IBIS folder. So now they've granted permissions, and Paul and presumably Paul, but at least Rod and I can see the IBIS folder. But we need to create a subfolder. We can't just dump all that code in the main IBIS folder or whatever that is. And so I think we need to create a subfolder, and I don't seem to have permission to create subfolders. So I'm just getting that. I've been going back to the help desk to get that little bit of to get that ironed out. So that's where that is.
Okay, thank you.
D-
So
Anna,
ahead.
the two
Yeah.
links you just shared, are they, that doesn't look like an FTP site to me.
No.
Is that IBIS
yeah,
website?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I've never visited this. I don't know.
Yeah, so Rod, if you're looking for the FTP site, and again, it's not ready yet because there's a main IBIS folder, but we need to create a subfolder where we can dump the code files, right?
Yeah, makes
So,
sense. Yeah.
So, but if you have FileZilla, do you have FileZilla on your machine? Have you ever gone to the DOH FTP site?
Yeah, heck, but many years ago. I don't even remember what
Okay.
the URL is. So.
Oh, okay. You can, I mean, I can share my screen and show that real quick if it is pertinent. But you'll need to have FileZilla on your machine to access our DOH FTP site. You'll need the setup for it. You have credentials to get, you have permissions to get in, so you and I can talk offline. If
Okay.
you see
Sounds
if
good.
you don't have FileZilla, please put in a ticket for the service desk to add the FileZilla tool to your machine. But if you have it, I can show you the
FileZilla.
yeah, FileZilla.
I may have that from. It might be. Yeah, I do, but it could be an old version. Anyway, so let's
Okay.
not talk about that now.
Yeah, anyhow, so that once you get that all sorted out, and like I said, I can assist her with that offline. But then you'll get, can I show my screen real quick? That'll be helpful to
Yeah.
others as well.
sure.
So here, let me share and then start over with this.
By the way, those links that I sent, guys, those are the public facing websites that are related to IBIS. So that there's tons of information about like the types of data that, you know, they make available to the public. There, as I understand it, there's a lot of like environmental health types of data in IBIS. Yeah, so I would encourage you guys to, you know, click on those links I put in chat and bookmark them, and then visit the site and, you know, read read the website and get familiar before we really like jump into this project.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay.
So FileZilla is just a generally available tool out there in the world for business, basically an SFTP site transfer tool for exchanging files, and that FileZilla solution, that tool is the solution that DOHIT has adopted. So this is the client, and then I've created, you can see here I have all different sites where I exchange files with, but the DOHFTP site is the one that we need. And so they have created, and here's the IBIS folder on the right. And so there's some other subfolders under there. So that's where we'll be going. I just need to be able to create a folder called IBIS code, and then Polio can put whatever in that folder. And so this is where I'm running into the permission error. And so the help service desk needs to sort things out for my permissions. You can see here at the top, I'm getting can't create directory, permission denied. So that's where we are. We're almost at the last part. And then my understanding from the help service desk representative, DOA service desk representative, is that they've already communicated with Polio, the contractor, so that he can also get access to this same folder, and then we can exchange files that way. This will be universally beneficial because there's also, I think there are other things besides just the source code where we're going to need to, where Paul or Lois from Data Files will want to get us some information. So that's it. It's in progress and mostly there.
Thank you, Mika.
Sure. Thanks.
Thanks, Mika. Okie dokie. So let me share my screen again. And I'm going to just walk you guys through like the project artifacts, and feel free to ask questions as we go. Okay, so I think some of you have seen some of the Smartsheet project artifacts that I use on other projects. So we've got a project dashboard, and I'm gonna, when Justin gets here tomorrow, I'm gonna give him access as well. And this comes from the schedule, so it's automatic. And this is manual right now because we really haven't started. We're green. And we have a CRAID log. We've been using our CRAID log to keep track of all the action items and information that we've received from program. And so we'll go take a look at that. But I've charted where we're at. So we have completed 9 action items. 8 action items are in progress, and we have completed. I don't know why there's no title on that. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to fix that, but I think these are action items and these are FYIs. So I'll fix that. I don't know why the title's not showing up, but so let's see. 2.5 M&S contract for data files submitted to DOH Attorney General for review. IBIS project dashboard created on 2.9. The 2.9, we had a meeting with Rod and Travis to give Rod and Travis green light to move legacy IBIS code from data files SVN to the GitHub repository. And as we've mentioned, that's still in flight. 2.9, Mika and Paul met to update the IBIS certs. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, Mika?
Sure. There's just just that a cert had expired, but it's so it's a internal cert as opposed to a public facing type cert when you go to a public site. So we had to create a site, a self-signed cert internally, but there's quite a process for actually applying it in the application, which uses Apache Tomcat. And so there's Yeah, so we updated a cert. There's another one that needs to be updated, I think, toward the end of March. And so Paul and I went through it, and there are a number of steps. I've documented the process. So we should be good on that cert for 2 years, but at least we have it documented now. So we'll have that process going forward.
Great.
And I'll-
Mika, I
Yeah.
kind of remember that there were 4 certs total. Is that wrong?
Well, there's a cert for, so there's the one that we replaced. So there's, no, you're wrong. You're correct. So there's the one we replaced a few weeks ago, which was really 2 because there's one for the test site and one for the production site, right? So there's IBIS, there's the IBIS site, and then the IBIS verify site, and then Denim tracking and Denim tracking verify site. So there's sort of 2 of everything. And then there's another set of certs that expire in March.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yes,
yeah,
please.
it's
Mhm.
kind of no, you're correct. It's not just one. I'm calling it one, but it's really certs plural that needed to be replaced.
Okay. Any questions for Mika about the certs? Okay. And then tomorrow Justin starts. And let's see. I'll just, put a project description up here, project information. So we're in pre-initiation, so pre-project. Project type, we're not sure if this is going to be, internal custom development or external custom development. Project impact, I'm guessing this is going to be like statewide because, the public uses the IBIS websites and data. Executive sponsors are Heidi and Stephanie. Project managers, Justin, and the PSR is 459. Start date is, I'll show you the schedule, but right now, since we haven't really started the project, that's yet to be filled in, as well as the kickoff and go live. And then we've got our team site, which you guys saw. And can you guys click on that link I sent you, the first one, to verify that you have access to Teams? I can send it to you again. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm dropping it into chat. Can you all click on that general link and let me know if you guys can't get in? Let me see who the members are. Shauna, Nicholas Smith, Mika, Rich, Omar. I don't know why I don't know, but why, okay, but Anusha, Srinath, Marco, Justin. I think I should give Rod, you should get access, so,
Yeah, I don't have access to it.
okay.
It's in a smart sheet. Is that right?
Yeah, if you go to the smart sheet,
Yeah, I don't. It tells me I don't have access.
and then you click here, helpful links,
Oh, okay, I'll try that.
yeah, and then go to, I popped it in the chat. So Shri, can you get into this?
Yeah, I do have access.
Okay, Anusha?
Yeah, Anna, I do have
Okay.
it.
Okay, great. Let me see, I'll put 2 thumbs up. Marco?
Yes, I also have access.
Okay, I'll give you a thumbs up.
Now,
wish-
is it underneath documents?
Yeah, under documents and then general. Mhm.
The only thing that I don't have access to, Anna, is the smart sheet that you
Okay.
sent.
Let me go over here. That's weird. Let me see.
Yeah, Yeah, where, what's the link there? I mean, I see the 4 things and then that, it looks to me like an Excel spreadsheet or something like that, Kennedy did. Which link are we talking about?
Okay, okay, let me send you hold on a second, let me give you access to this. Rod.
There I am.
Okay, and I always make everybody on the team just a viewer on the dashboard, because like this is like the PM sacred ground.
Okay.
So, but you guys are viewers and you can access the links. So then go to helpful links. See that on the bottom left?
No, I mean, I guess I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm looking at DOH IBIS project. Do I go home then?
Well, okay, I just gave you access to this dashboard, Rod. Let me send you the link right in chat. Okay, so I just sent the link again. Click on that link. You should get access now.
Okay, now I see what you guys are seeing. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now you go to helpful links, which is, I'm trying to make a big circle with my mouse. See it down here on the bottom left?
Oh, helpful links. Yeah.
Yeah, you click on that. And then
Yeah.
you have access.
Let me go back. Helpful links. Yep, this is in the SharePoint site. Mhm.
Yeah. Now, all the documentation is over here under documents on the right, but I have put like a link to Hawaii's data warehouse. It's just it's not an active link, but it's hhdw.org. So remember I told you guys that Hawaii is one of the members of the IBIS co-op. So you can go visit their site and see how they've done things. And then for documents, just click on general or click on the see all over here on the right. And it opens up a bigger screen. Click on general and then everything is right in here. So all the documents that Mika and I have collected are in the initiation phase folder because we haven't really started the project yet. So all of this is stuff that we've collected either from data files or from Heidi and Stephanie, or we even had a meeting with Hawaii, and you can see right here, here are the meeting minutes. I'll open it up so you can see. It was a really like informative meeting. Right, Mika? I think.
Yes.
Yeah, so this kind of will give you a summary. We met with Catherine Benson on 1/5,
Right.
and Stephanie Moraga also attended. She's one of our key sponsors, and this was the discussion. And we asked her at the end of the meeting, Catherine, can we, meet with you again if we realize we have more questions? And she said, of course. So here are the states: New Mexico, New Jersey, Hawaii, Maryland, and Utah. Together they fund the IBIS co-op. And they're the ones who are trying to determine if they want to jointly issue an RFP to hire a vendor to rebuild IBIS for all 5 states. And that would be a nice contract for somebody. And the previous vendor is STG. Paul and Lois used to work for STG, but then they created data files, as I understand it, and they were subcontracting. Data files was subcontracting to STG. And Mika and I have even met with STG, and they even told us that they were interested in submitting a quote for a project manager for our project. So we said, okay, so they sent us a quote and they were kind of expensive, right, Mika?
Yeah,
Yeah. So, so we went with, Respect. That's where Justin Muskoff is coming from. So anyway, you guys can read these notes and, we can always meet with Catherine Benson again. We haven't met with New Jersey or Maryland or Utah, but I'm sure that Stephanie and Heidi would put us in touch with them if we think that we need, could benefit from a visit or visits. Let's see what else do we have. We just have a ton of stuff. We have architectural diagrams. There are slide decks. Let's see what this one is. Components and data. So this is a good one for you guys to look at. So, yeah, a lot of good info. So I encourage you guys to read every document in this folder. There's Lois's contact info. There's a links. And let's see what else we find. Code repository info. Oh yeah, I just PDF'd this so we wouldn't lose it. So I think I forwarded this to you. Rod. Oh.
It does look familiar, yes.
Okay. And let's see, high level requirements. So this was their original requirements, and they, at the very bottom, it says that this document was created in 2003, updated in 2003, 2009, and then again in 2024. I have no idea why it wasn't updated between 2009 and 2024, but anyway. But well, I guess because they didn't want to make any major changes. But this was refreshed, like I said, just recently in January. So Antonia, I had Antonia put the requirements into the requirements log, and let me show you. I don't think I created a link to that yet, but where is it? IBIS original requirements. So here they are in Smartsheet instead of in a PDF or Word document. So there's many requirements in here. 32. And they were submitted by, some of them were submitted by Stephanie. And I indicated over here in the comments, like where this requirement came from. Came from the IBIS PH vision document, which I just showed you guys. Provided by Stephanie. Document revised January 4th, 2024 by Lois Haggard of data files. So this gives you traceability to some of the input artifacts that we've received from program. And then let's see, there's some more requirements down here, I think, that don't have Stephanie's name, but so they came from high level requirements for an integrated IBIS, web-based data query and information system document updated by Lois H. So that's where these came from. And I think this document is also in our folder. And I'll share all these artifacts with Justin. And let's see what else we've got. Then we have a schedule. It's a preliminary schedule. It's not well formed yet, but we have, you know, the 4 phases of a project. We've got initiation, planning, implementation, and closing. And we've started some of this work already, like, you know, we have the GitHub repository completed. The project schedule's kind of done, at least at a rudimentary level. Justin's gonna, you know, be responsible for fully fleshing this out. Gather requirements from program. So we have the original requirements that, you know, were produced back in, like I said, in 2000 and early 2000s. But we need programs to look those over and tell us if they want to make changes. So I don't know, I guess we could say that we're like at 10%, but then develop scope document, Justin, kickoff meeting, Justin will schedule that. Then we have planning phase, schedule recurring project meetings, that'll come from Justin's desk. So you guys should see that coming, I don't know, tomorrow or sometime next week. You got the project dashboard, which I showed you. The test plan, communications plan, and the training plan haven't been started yet. Justin will do those. And then together, you know, we'll collectively identify the technical stack and architecture. Like we said, that we think this is going to be .NET, but I don't know, there may be other decisions. So that's you know, something that needs to be figured out with Justin coordinating those discussions. Then I just have like generic tasks in here for now with estimates, and so Justin will fully flesh this out. But I think this is a big project. So it seems to me like it's going to be about a year-long effort. What do you think, Mika? If we develop internally?
Well, definitely if we develop it in-house,
Yeah.
it'll be a long effort, probably a year or more. And then if we go with a vendor, if we follow along with, you know, the other states, if they come up with a good solution that's acceptable to New Mexico, and they choose a vendor, and, you know, it's possible it would be shorter, but
Yeah.
I think we're still you know, we have to get to that split, right? Or get to that decision.
And then we have our closing phase, which is stuff that Justin will do. So I'll just put him in here. Okay. Then we've got the CRADE log, which I think a lot of you are familiar with. And I'll just go to the dashboard and go to the CRADE log from there. And well, actually, let me go to the team contact list real fast, because that's faster. Team contact list. So Shauna, Nana, Shri, I'll add Justin to this. Anusha, Mika, Heidi, Stephanie, Paul, Lois, and Rod, I'll put you in here also. Let's see. And Rod, what is your title?
Application Developer 3.
Okay. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. And NNPLH. And you're in Albuquerque, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'll add these 2 things later, and I'll add Justin later. But we've got a team contact list, phone numbers, allocations, we'll figure that out. And then let's see, I can see got another meeting in 4 minutes, but I'll just show you. We have a CRADE log, which I mentioned, and we have how many items in here so far? So we have 27. Many of them are complete, like you saw in the bar chart on the dashboard. But let me just show you the ones that are not complete. Okay. So, one of the things that we need to do, Shri, is it Paladugo? Mika, I don't know. He's supposed to submit a grant application in August. So that's not started. For ask the IBIS vendor the following questions. Are you willing to give us your code? And can you please send us the IBIS data dictionary? So we've got notes in here. We have the code almost. And I think they sent us, they must have chimed in about the data dictionary, but then, let's see, obtain IBIS entity relationship diagram from vendor and share with Shauna and Amika. And, Stephanie gave us, access to a shared drive. And, so, there's stuff there as well. I probably should go over there and move anything that's in here, but just copy it into our SharePoint site so you guys have access. Then let's see, work on a small IT maintenance and support contract for data files. That's in flight, almost done. Explore more funding options with Heidi. Send tech stack inversion to Shauna. Guess I didn't finish that. Reach out to other states to find out if they have implemented a solution similar to IBIS and also find out which vendors they are using. Submit A3 funding application, and I don't remember who's going to do this. It's probably Heidi. Produce IBIS ERD diagram, and data files doesn't have an ERD, but apparently Omar said he can help us with the ERD diagram. So we have yet to do that. Update IBIS certificates in flight and establish an SFTP so IBIS code can be moved from Subversion to GitHub. And as Mika mentioned earlier, there's a ticket, and now we're just waiting for Paul and Lois's maintenance and support contract to be fully executed so he can help with this. So that's kind of a quick review of all of the Smartsheet artifacts. Any questions, guys? And obviously this isn't going to be the last time you have an opportunity to ask questions. So I know it's a lot to process, but there's lots of links, the websites, all the links that I sent you, the SharePoint site, the Smartsheets, and like I said, Sean and I are going to meet with Justin tomorrow morning, and I'll have him set up. The first thing I'll have him do is set up the weekly team meetings with you guys, so that you can start the project. So keep your eyes open for the meeting invitation from Justin's desk. And thank you so much for visiting and for your questions. And hope you guys have a good evening.
Yeah, have a
Thanks,
good
everyone.
evening.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
Thank you.